Welcome back to Movie Forecast, where we break down trailers, make bold predictions, and later find out if the IMDb audience proved us right or completely wrong. In today's recap, we're looking back at 4 major titles we predicted earlier: Tron 3, Him, Black Phone 2, and The Long Walk. From high-tech sci-fi worlds to chilling horrors and Stephen King's dark storytelling, we've got a mix of hits and misses. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's see how our forecasts stacked up against the real scores, starting with the neon glow of Tron 3. We thought Tron 3 would score high, predicting it would be an 8.4 on the IMDb website. But how wrong we were. The critics hated it more than the audience, and that looks like it had an impact on the final score. But no matter what the score was, people who took time to see the movie raved about the same things we highlighted in our review of the trailer. The audience raved about the stunning visuals and the stellar cast, and there was a lucky few who managed to take in the movie at the IMAX that were demanding that you must go see it in the IMAX, as that would make the whole experience of Tron 3 exponentially better. However, not everyone went to see it in the IMAX. No wonder at today's prices. You would need to sell a kidney to pay for the tickets. Well, that lack of ticket sales, and with the critics crying foul, and the fact that today's audiences are getting tired of tried and tested formulaic movies. Hello, Marvel movies. This is your fault. Which Tron 3, funnily enough, turned out to be JIT is UST another Tron movie. Then we were wrong on our prediction, and it landed at a 6.6 on the IMDb. As we always say, we can be wrong, but the audience, all 32,000 of them that left a score on the IMDb, are always right, because that is the beauty of the mass vote. Welcome to the party, everyone. Next one is Him. Absolute bummer this movie turned out to be. We had some hopes, hanging on with good faith to all who were involved in this rather oddball movie. We thought it would scare a 6.7 on the IMDb website, but that looks like we were way off. We got battered like a tight end in a Super Bowl on this one. There is no doubt about it, the audiences did not enjoy this movie. 13,000 people voted, and the score is in Him, a movie about an athlete that descends into a world of terror, was truly humbled. The IMDb audience scored this at 5.1, and that, my friends, is a dud. We had hopes in the cast, the director, and the unique subject matter, but the audience kicked this movie into touch with many comments saying, "Do not waste your entry fee, energy, or your date," if you know what we mean. They, the majority, have spoken, and we agree. We got it wrong, but now we will fall in line and suggest the same. Do not waste your time on this dud. Take your game somewhere else. Next one is Black Phone 2. Okay, in this recap video, it is not looking good for us and our panel of forecasters. We are getting pumped so far, and that means that halfway through this video, we are down 2-0 on what we forecasted compared to what the wide audience on IMDb voted for with their more astute insight. We need a win. Will we get it on this next recap? I am not so sure as we look back on what our prediction was for Black Phone 2 compared to the 17,000 votes already cast on the IMDb. In our recap, we cited the success of the original movie and how this may carry over with the audience through a strong word of mouth. We also recognize the Ethan Hawke resurgence and his creepy portrayal of the very nasty baddie, Grabber, in the original following through to the second movie would make an impact. Oh, and also the fact that it seemed a logical timeline for the characters from the first to explore the subject matter further, and that the trailers was well made and the release would be timed for that Halloween rush to get your pants scared off. We thought this would be a surefire, steady freaking 7.0 on the IMDb. We just missed out as the IMDb audience has spoken, and we are a bit short on our prediction as the audience pitched their viewing and voting to a 6.6. This was close, but we are now down 3-0. Can we pull this back with our last forecast and at least end with a smile on our face that is half as appealing as the smile on the Grabber himself? I think we are in the running, or should we say walking, because our last movie forecast in this recap was for The Long Walk, a Stephen King-inspired flick that we thought would be well and truly flicked off by the audience. The Long Walk, we didn't fancy this one. It looked lame, the trailer was weak and lacked pace, and we knew that Stephen King book adaptations are a hit and a miss on a good day. And because of that, we shouted our IMDb forecast out as a 6.2. Well, the audience on the IMDb have spoken, and they seem to welcome the story of a group of teenage boys competing in an annual contest known as The Long Walk, where they must keep walking at a certain speed or get a bullet. Yeah, simple and lame. We thought so. But nearly 70,000 votes have walked into the IMDb website, and cast their vote, and it is a credible 6.9. And many people saying it's worth the watch. We will hold our collective breath on that one, and when we do decide to take in the full movie, that we will run it on 2 times the speed, just to avoid that bullet.
All right.
We got pumped 4-0, and it just goes to show that we are as good at this game as Donald Trump is at running casinos. We have the window dressing, but we are yet to master the game, despite throwing our collective brainpower at it will that stop our march towards greatness. No way, we are not beaten. So join us on our quest to nail just one IMDb forecast for a newly released movie. And as Big Arnie would say, we will be back.